Bro, what? I'm gonna just watch this.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no!
What the hell are you doing in here?
I'm doing my prayers. Tell a thing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to lie. Not gonna lie, man. I'm a spiritual guy. I don't know what, I'm not sure if this is Santeria, this is voodoo, this is, I don't know. But one thing I will say is this: there are a lot of girls right now that they play around with some other type stuff. You know what I mean? Whether it's witchcraft, like I done heard too many Johns that know somebody or that do it, themselves. It's strange. Like there's a lot of old wives' tales, like, they're called wives' tales for a reason. Where they say, don't eat a girl's spaghetti. Never go to a girl's house and eat her spaghetti, because there's an old wives' tale where the girl, in order to make you fall in love with this girl, it's like an obsession potion or whatever. They actually do spike the spaghetti with let's just say when it's that time of the month, right? And she start leaking everywhere. Take some of that leakage and that splashage, mixes it in with the spaghetti. Okay, that's an old wives' tale. Now, whether or not it works or not, who wants to eat that? Who wants to deal with something like that? Right? We don't know who some of these people are praying to every night. We don't know who some of these people worship every night. In the word, in the Bible, it tells you that these people do exist. That, there were people who were put on earth to disobey the law, right? Because at the end of the day, there has to be examples. There has to be lessons for people to learn from. There has to be tests for people to take. There has to be trials and tribulations. And they come in the forms of different people all the time. Now, with Blueface and his whole thing, look, I'm not into the gossip, the drama thing. Again, this channel is about cautionary tales, man. Keep saying that because it's true. And the fact of the matter is, bro, if I walk in on something like this, I don't know what I would do, man. But you definitely have to leave. Never come back. I cut somebody off not too long ago because they said that they know a girl, a friend of theirs, a close friend of theirs who messes with witchcraft. They're doing it on TikTok. You know what I mean? They're doing it all of these things on Reels. They're playing with this stuff like a lot. I see a lot of girls, brother. A lot of the time it's messed up because there are a lot of girls who are of the world, and not just in the world, but they're of the world, which means they play with a lot of this, a lot of this weird stuff. And they think that, it's to their benefit. But this is some demonic stuff, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Don't know what this, I don't know what saint is, right? I don't know what you got going. I don't care either. I'll keep it a beam, because idolatry is not something that we don't swear by that. We don't rock with idolatry. We don't. You know what I mean? We don't. Like, the reason why I don't wear a cross on my neck, right? Because I know a lot of people that are Christian and Catholic and stuff, they wear the reason why I don't wear a cross on my neck is because, that's what they, they use to crucify, Jesus Christ. And it's like, if you were, like, at least to me, it's like if you were the gun that killed your friend on your neck. That's how I look at it, if that makes sense. So when I'm looking at all types of symbolic things, right? Idols, statues, I remember when I'll never forget, a friend of mine had an art show. He had an exhibit in an art show. I went to the art show. And it was in somebody's, like, the exhibits were staged all over this house. And me and a few of the homies walk in, we're looking around because me personally, You know, I need to absorb the vibes, like smells, the weight of the air, you know, tension. These are like, you got to know, bro. You got to be tapped in. You know, you can feel these things as soon as you enter a space. Like I breathe out and then in, just so that way, whatever's going on, don't hit me all at once. I walk into a space. You know, these are just the things you got to do when you're moving around. And I'm looking and I'm paying attention. I'm looking like kind of what's on the table. Okay. Boom. I look between a couch cushion. I see a Ouija board. See? And I look to the homie. I tap him. I say, hey, man, they got a Ouija board up in here. I don't know about you, but I'm gone. He said, oh, no, I'm gone too. We bounced. Because again, you know, it's an old black saying, right? My peoples, they come from Louisiana, Texas, right? So that, you know y'all, some of y'all seen Sinners before, right? Where a dude said, if you dance with the devil, one day he's gonna follow you home. That's an old saying, man. That's real spill. You don't play around with these things. You don't dance with these things. You don't invite these. You don't do that. You don't do that. So again, I know a lot of girls that will entertain these things to have their way for whatever reason. Whether they think it's trendy, they playing with tarot cards. You ain't never seen a dude tarot card reader. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen, like, you see them toys where it be that little random dude, the Arab looking dude who got the mustache and all that, and you grab the things and make a wish. You know what I'm saying? But bro, when you see, it's almost always all wives' tales, girls, curses, hexes. Like, you don't hear no dude talking about, yeah, I'm gonna put a hex on her. Yeah, they got witch doctors that exist, yes. But that's not the same as this. That's not the same as this. So I'm keeping it a beam, bro. If you run into a girl and she start talking about any of that weird wives' tale stuff, she says she knows somebody, bro, that's usually a temperature check. That's usually a temp check. Take it as a temp check to see whether or not you're the right one. If you say, oh, really? I mean, as long as you're not doing it, you're done. You're done. I hate to get too spiritual on y'all, but sometimes some of y'all need that, bro. I don't know who raised y'all. I'm keeping it real. Yeah. I don't know who raised y'all, man. I'm not lying. But that's a temp check, man. This right here, in my opinion, I feel as though this is a temp check. Maybe the temp check had already passed. I don't watch these couple. I don't watch couples. But I mean, this is kind of a rinky dink setup. She got a Gatorade all on the, like, just stupid, man. Dumb. You know, some candles lit. He walk in, she blowing out the, I don't even know. But y'all gotta really be, keep that head on the swivel in your crib. There's been stories of people living in other people's cribs and people just not paying attention to the signs. You gotta be locked in. Gotta be locked in, bro. Have to. So with that being said, y'all leave your thoughts in the comment section, man. What do y'all think about this? This is crazy. What if you discovered this in your crib? What would you do? Catch you on the next one. I'm going.